Imagine growing up hearing two completely opposite perspectives about money. Some say it's evil, others insist it brings freedom. That was the environment in which the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad was raised, with two fathers who had vastly different views. The poor dad was a teacher who believed money wasn't that important and that one should work hard at a steady job. The rich dad, on the other hand, was an entrepreneur convinced that money opens doors and grants financial independence. This clash of mindsets led to three key lessons. First, money is directly tied to our beliefs. Second, earning more doesn't automatically mean becoming wealthier. And third, financial challenges come either from not enough money or from too much money. Realizing that our mindset shapes our relationship with finances allowed the author to move forward, even though his family saw the wealthy as greedy and heartless. The poor dad believed that earning a degree and finding a stable, well-paying job was the key to solving all money problems. However, the author noticed that each time salary increases, expenses and debt also tend to rise, leaving a person stuck in place or even worse off. The poor dad's mindset was, the more you earn, the more you spend. Meanwhile, the rich dad emphasized that saving and reinvesting are what actually make people wealthy. Winning the lottery doesn't bring long-lasting success if your thinking remains stuck in old patterns. The core idea is to learn to manage finances effectively. Whenever someone repeats, "I can't afford it," it becomes self-fulfilling. Family and societal influences strongly shape our attitudes toward money. A critical realization was that there are different types of financial consciousness. Someone raised where money is scarce learns to fear having too little. The rich dad said you should instead tackle the problems of having too much money. In truth, everyone can face either shortage or surplus, but it all depends on our reactions and choices. The author often observed how people believed higher pay would solve everything, only to discover that unless they improved their financial literacy, bigger salaries just mean bigger bills. A powerful tool for transforming one's mindset is the Cashflow Quadrant, which highlights four sectors: E, employee; S, self-employed; B, business owner; and I, investor. The poor dad wanted the author to study hard and build a career in the E quadrant, while his mother promoted secure professions in the S quadrant. But the rich dad steered him toward the B and I quadrants, where entirely different rules apply. You can hire experts, expand your business, and invest profits with minimal taxes. School teaches us to be good employees or specialists, but not how to start businesses or invest wisely. Mastering the B and I approach accelerates capital growth and opens doors that remain shut to a typical career path. From this stems the key principle that distinguishes the wealthy. Instead of focusing on a paycheck, they ask, "How can my money work for me?" The poor dad was preoccupied with monthly earnings from a job, hoping a raise would fix everything. The rich dad saw money as a tool for acquiring assets and growing further. Society conditions us to believe a stable job solves all issues, but real life shows that a salary alone seldom leads to true freedom. Real freedom comes when you can live on the returns of investments, manage your own ventures, and no longer trade your time for someone else's paycheck. The author often repeated that having more money doesn't make you wealthier if you lack the discipline to save and reinvest. He highlighted the idea of three piggy banks, where the first is for building investment capital, the second for reinvestment or development, and the third for charity. Even small daily contributions change your mindset, helping you think strategically about finances and see how incremental steps accumulate into real growth. While the poor dad paid minimal attention to money, the rich dad taught respect for capital and insisted on setting aside funds regularly, even if the income seemed modest. In seeking good deals, the rich dad offered a concrete formula: analyze 100 options, make offers on 10, negotiate 3, and pick the best one. This cultivates a thorough understanding of the market, real prices, and potential opportunities. Many people jump on one or two impulsive deals, then blame bad luck when things go wrong. Yet you shouldn't expect random fortune. Consistent practice is key. The more deals you review, in real estate, stocks, or businesses, the better your odds of finding a winner. Fear of failure is the greatest enemy that holds people back. The poor dad believed mistakes should be avoided because a setback meant disaster. The rich dad saw failure differently. Each misstep can make you smarter if you extract lessons from it. The author himself admitted to losing millions on multiple occasions, sinking into depression but later rebuilding from scratch with more resilience and wisdom. Avoiding losses altogether means avoiding opportunities as well. The biggest rewards often go to those who accept some risk, but do so based on knowledge and calculation. One of the author's main conclusions is that big money doesn't guarantee escape from the rat race. You might earn $500,000 a year but spend even more, burying yourself in debt. The Rich Dad emphasized that building assets, generators of ongoing cash flow without day-to-day work, is the real focus. If all your income relies on your direct labor, you're essentially tied down without freedom. Conversely, owning a business operated by a capable team, coupled with solid investments, ensures earnings regardless of your personal involvement. Every day, we choose whether to stay confined by familiar habits or to adopt a new financial strategy. According to the Rich Dad, to become well-off, you must think differently and be ready to solve the too much money issues, not the too little ones. But this requires learning, examining deals, and consistently practicing investment. The simplest step is to start saving even a small amount and exploring ways to multiply it. Ultimately, it's not about who you are today but about where you're headed. Don't let fear of losses dominate, approach investing with a plan. A systematic approach and continual work on your mindset pave the way to genuine financial independence. Summarizing the lessons, a few vital ideas stand out. First, your inner beliefs directly affect your bank account. If you say I can't or only seek job security, you restrict yourself. Second, don't assume a high salary alone makes you rich. Without financial knowledge or controlled spending, money slips away. Third, everyone faces money troubles, but the wealthy handle a different category of challenges: how to manage a large influx of income effectively. Fourth, never get lazy about finding good opportunities. Practice selecting assets, real estate, stocks, or businesses so you can differentiate a true bargain from a dud. Also remember that financial independence is measured by how long you can maintain your lifestyle without working. If you lack an asset-based system, losing your job will quickly consume your savings and drive you back to the grind. On the other hand, when your investments deliver steady returns, you can choose your pursuits and schedule, no longer at the mercy of monthly paychecks. On this journey, expect criticism and misunderstanding, especially if you come from an environment viewing entrepreneurs as con artists or stock investors as gamblers. But by breaking away from that mentality, you reveal new possibilities. You must think bigger, find partners, and not fear hiring people smarter than you. That's how you build a business that can thrive in your absence while funneling profits into fresh investments. It's also important how you use your gains. The Rich Dad insisted on leaving room for generosity. This isn't just a moral imperative, it helps free your mind from obsessing over money. People who take responsibility to support charitable projects experience money as a means to improve the world, not an end in itself. This nurtures a positive attitude toward both life and finances, because doing good amplifies the motivation to aim even higher. Ultimately, the central takeaway is that every day you have the right to decide where you're headed, waiting for a promotion and staying stuck, or shifting to a mindset of investments and entrepreneurship. Begin with small steps, like putting aside $1 or $2 in an asset piggy bank. Research dozens of investment possibilities, and don't fear setbacks, they develop your expertise. Remember, even a big windfall won't guarantee wealth if you remain locked in the old way of thinking, and letting fear dominate only leads to dead ends. Transform your perspective on money and on yourself. Once you learn to control capital, it starts working for you, opening the door to true financial independence and freedom of choice.